Hi, good morning. My name is Jim Tobin. I'm president of Taxpayers United of America. Today we're here to release a pension fund, actually releasing the top 200 pensions for the Chicago Municipal retirees. All the top 200 pensions are receiving annual pensions of $100,000 a year or more. The average retirement age for this group of pensioners is only 58. Social Security requires taxpayers to reach the age of 67 before we are eligible for full retirement benefits, which max out at $32,000 a year. That's what we get as taxpayers from Social Security retirement, a maximum of $32,000 a year. And the average Social Security pension for taxpayers is $15,000 a year. To pay for the lavish city pensions, Mayor Rahm Emanuel is increasing and creating new entertainment taxes. The tax per seat will go up 80% to 9% from 5% for tickets to concerts, plays, or comedy shows for venues larger than 1,500 seats. Victims of this tax increase include Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs, and the United Center, home of Chicago Blackhawks and Chicago Bulls. The state of Illinois is bankrupt. They have not declared bankruptcy, but they are bankrupt. They raised the state income tax $5 billion, a record income tax hike, and they still don't have enough money to pay their bills. They still can't afford to pay their bills. And unfunded pension liabilities total $250 billion, according to Moody's. So the state of Illinois is bankrupt. They can't pay their bills because of the outrageously rich government pensions which rob the taxpayers blind. That's why they can't pay their bills, because of these ridiculous taxpayer government pensions. Give you a couple of examples. Dennis Gannon collects an annual pension of $194,000. Assuming he leads a normal life of 85 years, that annual pension will accumulate to $7,791,000. Retiring at only 50, he will collect taxpayer-funded pension payments for 35 years. Well, that's longer than he was employed by the city. Then there's Stephen M. Murray, collecting an annual pension of $146,000. Will provide him with an outrageous lifetime payout of $5,107,000. Keep in mind that Mr. Murray retired at the ripe old age of 53. This is standard operating procedure with these government employees. They retire in their 50s and 60s, and we taxpayers have to work into our late 60s, 70s, and in some cases even 80s. This is the taxpayer pension. We're going to be putting this on our website eventually at taxpayersunitedofamerica.org. Now, these government pensions are nothing more or less than legalized theft. Overpromising benefits to government employees is pervasive throughout Illinois. The government pensions are singularly responsive for Illinois' financial crisis. If they were capped at $32,000 a year like ours are, then there would be no pension, there would be no financial crisis for Illinois. It's the government pension boondoggle that's causing the problem. Any questions regarding anything I said or haven't said?
I'm going to save my questions for.
Oh, okay.
But could you clarify the top 6 or the top 5 here? What were their titles? Dennis Gannon, Stephen Murray.
I don't have it.
You don't have it.
We asked for it.
Gannon was a union employee. He was not actually. He actually had taken advantage of a loophole, right?
Some do that, and there are loopholes in the pension law which allow people who are not government employees to get pensions. So they're employed in the private sector and often work to raise our taxes in the private sector, so-called, and they get paid back by getting into these pension benefit programs. So, also I might point out we have several aldermen here. Well, anyway, are you?
Oh, we have aldermen down
here. You mentioned that average age was 85. Do people live that long?
Well, if you make it to the age of 60, 65, 55, these people retire in their 50s and 60s, the government people. Your average retirement is, your average lifespan is 85, on average. That's why we make these estimates based on them living to be 85. Let's take a look at some of the aldermen. These people have part-time jobs as aldermen. Thomas Allen has an annual pension of $105,000. He retired at 58. He will receive $3,313,000 if he has an average life expectancy of 85.
He's also a judge, and he'll get a pension.
Of course,
As a judge, he'll get a double pension.
dipper and get even more. I mean, how can you make do on $3 million pension? Dorothy Tillman has an annual pension of $105,000. She retired at 60 years of age. She also will become a pension millionaire and receive $3,036,347 if she has an average life expectancy of 85. We have other aldermen here too who are in our list. If you're interested, we can talk about them later. Did you have a question too?